Hello, I'm the narrator of the story you're about to hear. This video was sent to us by someone who truly experienced this event. The names in this story have been changed to protect the identity of those involved. However, according to the person who shared it, everything in this story is real. So grab some popcorn, turn off the lights if you dare, and enjoy this new episode. My name is Nathan, and I was asked to post this story by a client at work. What I am going to tell you is one of the very few times that something truly creepy and unsettling happened at my parents' house, and for some reason they always seem to buy haunted places. It's almost a running joke in the family at this point. Right now, they're even living in an apartment that they claim is haunted too. On top of that, both of them already had ghost stories of their own long before I was born. Anyway, this happened in the living room. It was me and my mom along with our dog and cat. The way this room is set up is that the entrance is to the right and the door opens inward. My mom was sitting in a chair behind the door, so her view of the room was partially blocked. I was sitting on the couch, facing the room with the door to my right. The dog was lying next to me on the couch, pressed against my side, while the cat was curled up on the other end. Both of them were sound asleep, completely relaxed, as if nothing in the world could disturb them. The TV was on the left side of the room and we were just watching some regular show. Nothing scary, nothing that could have influenced our imagination. It was an absolutely normal evening. And then it happened. At first, it seemed almost trivial. I saw those strange little black wavy lines, the kind you sometimes catch in the corner of your eye when you're tired. They appeared right in the middle of the room. At first, I brushed it off, figured it was just my eyes playing tricks. But then those lines started to gather, clumping together and slowly forming something. And it wasn't just something. It became a shape, a human shape. I mean human. It had a head, a torso, arms, legs, the whole silhouette. At first, it just stood there completely still, and even that was unnerving. Then it began to move. It started to walk toward the door. Its legs stepped one after the other, and the upper body followed in this disturbingly natural way. It was moving like an actual person would. It reached the door, stopped for a second, and then it just vanished, gone as if it had never been there. I honestly can't recall what went through my head in that exact moment because I don't mess with this kind of stuff. But I do remember this. When the figure reached the door, my mom hit pause on the TV. She didn't move, didn't say a word, just froze. I kept staring at her, waiting for her to do something, thinking, is she going to get up? Did she see it too? Minutes passed in this heavy silence and she still hadn't moved. Finally, I broke it. I asked to her, "Are you gonna press play?" She jumped a little, took in a sharp breath like she had been startled, and quickly turned to me. And she said, "Oh my gosh, you almost gave me a heart attack. When did you come back?" I froze. For a second, I couldn't even answer. Then I gave her a weird look and said that I never left. She stared at me, almost like she was trying to process what I'd just said. Then slowly she leaned forward, peeked out toward the door, and sat back down again. Finally, she turned to me and asked, her voice just slightly shaky, "Did you see that figure too?" I didn't say anything, but I must have given her a confirming look because her eyes went wide and the color drained from her face. And then we both noticed the animals. Before, they had been completely asleep, but now, both the dog and the cat were wide awake, stiff as statues, staring directly at the door. Neither of them blinked, neither of them moved. We called their names, nothing. Not even a twitch of an ear. I gave the dog a light pat and no reaction. I waved my hand in front of the cat's face. He didn't even blink. They were just locked in, focused entirely on that door. At that point, I looked at my mom again and she looked at me. The tension in the room was almost physical. Finally, I stood up slowly, walked to the door, closed it carefully, and sat back down. And then, we just pressed play on the TV again. Like nothing had happened. I know it sounds like the most cliché horror movie scene ever, and honestly, it kind of was. But in that moment, we both had this silent agreement not to acknowledge it. The thing hadn't hurt us, hadn't done anything besides scare the hell out of us. So we let it go. Still, it was real. And to this day, I remember that night like it just happened. And here's the kicker. This wasn't the only time. There have been plenty of strange incidents experienced separately by me, my mom, and my dad. They even have older stories from before I was born, and trust me, there are a lot of them. If people are interested, I can share more of my family's haunting stories because for some reason, it seems like ghosts just can't leave us alone no matter where we live.